with a blood grenade, not afraid, trying to help Dyrachyo get the kill on Amar, and they definitely have it. Amar won't be able to get the return kill on Celery.
Really nice Naga illusion. He just micros his 2 illusions, blocks the techie, so he can't even get a chance to get out of there. This ball lane's pretty exciting. I never would have expected to be, you know, a Naga brood lane to have all these kills early.
Yeah, certainly. It seemed like it would be more of a farming lane, but also, well, like they gave away first blood, but hold up, second. We have the 3-minute Lotuses that were spawning, which I think was to the advantage being able to get the second kill in lane. It meant Gaimin Gladiators were able to get that on the other side, but...
Yeah, it's always interesting to see that all these objectives are in the game now. It's like 3 minutes you have Lotuses, 4 minutes you have the water runes, and then 5 minutes you have the sieges, 6 minutes you have more runes, so every single minute from now on is just going to be packed. I think 9 minutes, or no, 11 minutes is the first time in the game with no objective, I want to say. Always something to do in this early game.
This mid matchup seems to be going all right for Quinn. Actually, up in CS, though, a little bit more denies from Noob.
Timbersaw is honestly really advantaged right now because he just has so much HP and he's universal that he's good damage to last it. So often, versus these stronger like Queen of Pains and Linas, he can actually tank their nukes and get out of lane well. Also, the triple bounties gives him a nice advantage.
Sure. His damage to start is just so crazy. I feel like that's one of the craziest things about playing against like these mid Timbersaws is they just hit so damn hard.
Also just the Q, you're able to just press it on people so easily. It feels so, he feels so much faster than he is, even though he's 290. It's so hard to dodge and just a strong lane. It also doesn't cost mana. A lot of stuff about this hero makes me enjoy it a lot. So I'm biased towards Timbersaw, but when I say it out loud, it makes me feel a little bad.
Yeah. 1-to-1, pretty even laning phase so far.
Yeah, top Doom is really low. Ace might get gone on actually right now.
Yeah, they're gonna try and finish him off. Theory's brought him low so many times and it still will not be enough. They have the double dots here. Both the Fire Spirits and the time dilation. We actually heard the panel talk about time dilation for a bit, and I was curious about your own, like, you not being a carry player, but you definitely have an opinion on whether or not your carry should join in on fights. Should Faceless Void be jumping in on these fights with the time dilation in? I mean, it's a potent spell this game. You've got Backfighter, really Timber.
I think this spell is amazing. Carry players often skip it. So, like, they put the 1 point at least, and then they go get nothing else.
Yeah,
it makes me sad, personally. Because I know when I'm Timbersaw and the Faceless Void shows up, I'm sad.
Glimpse back, TA2000 is already undone a decent amount of damage. He'll turn around and get the bash onto Tofu, so they are probably going to get the double off of this with the dive and the Fire Spirits. That's a double kill for Kiori.
Really nice go. And, you know, very lucky bash there with level 2 now.
Yeah, that was a bit of luck, but also a bit of misread, glimpsing him back in the first place. They definitely thought they were going to be able to take him down faster than they could. Dyrachyo is going to be in some trouble as he gets maybe a little bit, tad bit aggressive underneath this tower, trying to keep Amar from being able to get all this CS.
Lane's going pretty good right now for Quest, especially after that double kill. It's giving them this early game lead that they kind of need. Amar's having a bit of a tough time, but got counterpicked by the Naga. And at some point, once he hits 6, he'll still end up doing brute things, start infesting the map. That's gone on right now.
Once again, that life steal. A little bit too potent for Gaimin Gladiators to challenge him directly. Speaking on that note of like winning lanes, you said Quest is pretty greedy a lot of the time, so you feel like they are pretty reliant on winning lanes to enable that?
It's partly usually how they play is winning lanes, but it's mostly how their supports move, I would say. Often they pick like Snapfire as one of their best mid heroes at this tournament, and what they'll do is they'll always collapse mid. This guy will get 6, and either him and the supports will go side lane, or the supports will come to mid. And now it looks like it's happening to them, whereas Nuke just is going to get gone on by Quinn.
Yeah, I think they might have missed the Whirling Death either way. Not nearly enough damage to kill the Lina. Omar will counter-rotate, but the threat was already passed.
Even now, because of that
TP. Oh, look at that, the Wisdom Rune steal on both sides.
Unless Amar gets it.
Oh, wow. I can't believe that Flame Break actually pushed him over the side, and Amar managed to out-click Celery through that.
I was going to talk about how good it was that they forced his techies to TP, and he has to give up the XP rune, but Quest still gets 2 runes.
Massive.
We saw one of the games earlier, both supports were just level 5 or level 4 forever. They just can't play the game.
UI 2000 vintage, just forever level 4.
always feels bad. Noob gets a nice stun on mid.
Yeah, he just turns around, kills Tofu straight up. He's like, no, you're going to gank me, you're going to pay for it. Now, Noob is certainly going to die for this, but hey, he goes down with his head held high.
Yeah, really good body block, but I wouldn't hold my head too high if I traded my life for a position 5.
I mean, you're getting ganked. Where's his, support rotations? You said Quest is going to be having these smash on mid. They're kind of leaving him high and dry right now.
They picked a Phoenix.
Yeah.
They might have been asking for this one at this pick.
That is true. That is not a good rotating hero. Well, and it also means they're going to be giving up power rune rotations for Quinn. You know how much he loves that.
Yeah, also this move that they're doing right now is really, really popular for Gaimin, where Quinn always goes to his enemy tri-camp and tries to steal their camps, kind of gank the off lane, secure the safe lane.
Oh, nice flame break midway through Omar's attempt to get a blast off, but looks like they're going to get the kill on Quinn anyway. So it seems like Quest may be up to that tech that Gaimin Gladiators are pulling, that they like to be able to invade the triangle. We're very ready with the numbers.
Yeah, a little greedy that he was holding the regen rune, so his mana was too low to press chain or anything. He just kind of gets trapped in here. Nice flame break though.
Yeah, that was pretty nice, but ultimately doesn't change the fact that Amar comes in with a whole heap of spiders. Take it over.
Yeah, now it's up to Gaimin kind of decide how they play the game. We saw Beast Coast earlier in the day. Versus Brood, they just spammed heroes in the Brood. And the entire game, wherever the big jungle that the Brood was in, it would be 4 heroes all time. And some of their teams kind of just let the Naga exist here, and the rest of the team just goes top, takes the top tower, goes mid, and they just kind of leave this like a 1v1 situation.
Sure.
So right now, it looks like they're probably just going to give up the tower, let Amar take the tower, but pretty pressure elsewhere.
Which one do you think is the correct philosophy, generally speaking?
It's hard to say. I would say in this game, probably killing the Brood is really easy. The Naga can just net, the Disruptor can glimpse, but it's one of those things where if you do the one that's wrong in a situation and then you die once or twice, you always feel like you made a mistake.
Yeah.
So it's glimpse on mid.
Yeah, pretty easy kill on Omar, as he's not really going to be able to do much besides get a blast off, throw some damage out. We saw Quinn also, again, this time invaded the other side of the jungle and cleared up some other stacks. So they are doing a good job of taking away what Quest was hoping to build up for some of their other heroes. Lina, who's going to show up and get the LSA onto Ace with the Laguna Blade, bring him down. If they have to, they'll use the Chronosphere, but it's really not necessary.
Same time bot though, they're going to catch on Amar.
That is a massive kill, and Amar, he'll get the kill before he goes down. Once again, Quest, the cores, they get ganked, but they go down fighting and get a kill.
It's a really big kill because there's so much, even though the Bat Raider goes down, now there's mid pressure because Lina went top, the Brood gets killed bot for free, and now Quinn's just going to get a free mid tower. Kind of open up the map.
Double damage on a universal hero makes it pretty easy.
Honestly, just a universal.
That's not going to be good enough, and a deny for Omar.
I have really liked how Quinn's moved. I know he died that one time in the tri-camp, but even just kind of this way he's pressuring, taking out the jungle camps, it's kind of hurting the Lina. The Lina is this little slower here. You need to farm more creeps in the early game, farm some camps. Because of that, he's already up 600 gold, mid tower's down, so supports will get XP on the side of Quest, but kind of up to Quinn now. He can do whatever he wants. He can farm more, he can take this top tower, his job.
When you're in this situation, are you the one making the calls and telling your supports like, hey, play with me, we're going to go top, we're going to go bottom?
Yeah, I know Quinn is also very vocal.
Yeah.
Laurel talks how Quinn likes not like telling people what to do, but he's very in command, and especially in this early game, he tells supports like what he needs, very direct. And so they probably feel like they don't need to kind of force pressure because they have a Doom. So they have Doom in the top lane just farming up his Midas. They have Naga just controlling all of bot. They're still holding their tower, so kind of just get to hold the map in the same position.
Static Storm going to be put to use, but once again, Amar fighting back where he can. The damage is just a little bit too much. The glimpse back, no, the lifesteal, he did it before he got glimpse back. That's enough to live, and will help them get the kill on Darachu. They're going to prioritize him first, get Tofu. Now, Noob is going to die to Quinn. He does successfully get that kill, but can he get out? Long Timber Chain, level 3. Time dilation on cooldown now, so another Timber Chain. He's going to be able to get him away, but he's going deeper into the Dire side, and he's now... Oh, he could chase any further.
That was looking a little scary, but yeah, really nice play by Quest to kind of turn that in the bot lane. Alarge barely gets that that first hit off right before the glimpse.
That was a close call. I thought he was for sure dead to the glimpse, but
you know, he jukes around the trees really nicely. He just barely gets out of the silence, gets one hit on the range creep, and it's enough to make him survive the glimpse.
Great stuff. And beautiful Chronosphere by TA2000 on a hero that he is very prolific with. Sure, his #1 hero is probably TA and always will be, but his Faceless Void, incredibly high win rate, and I believe his second most played in his history.
Yeah, and it's like his Faceless Void and his Jug, I think, have been probably his best of this tournament. A lot of kind of these tanky heroes that kind of brawl on the fight. He shows up, he's really aggressive hero player. It's kind of like Parker, I would say.
I think it's Dusa is very good for the same reason, right?
He shows up really early in these fights, as you've seen. He presses time dilation and kind of always turns fights, because carries, when they don't show up and the game's just like a 4v4, can be weird. But if one carry shows up and the other doesn't, that's when the game starts to turn, or the carry's the one killing the other carry, like just happened.
Yeah. Duraccio tries to get involved and pays the price. TA2000 gets a kill on him, still able to get his Manta, and tipping over to Noob, knowing that they were attempting to gank him right here.
Yeah, the kills are in favor for Quest, and it kept looking like all the fights are like, wow, they're turning this fight, wow, this looks good. But again, Gaimin just have the better farming draft. And the Naga, who is not really counted in how they can deal with the illusions, so she's able to farm everything. And they have a Doom in the alpha. And even their Timber mid is also able to just farm everything because he can't really die. So it's kind of, Gaimin are going to get the gold on the map, and Quest need to get the kills to get the gold as of now.
So I think that feels like that means at some point Gaimin Gladiators are going to get to a tipping point where they're like, all right, we've got these set of items, it feels very good, and we're just going to try and take over the game from there. What is that point for you?
Probably somewhat related to Orchid, obviously on Naga. It's the Orchid and maybe the pipe timing on the Doom. They're going to see timing where they feel really tanky and they feel like they can pick off heroes.
There's a pick off right there. Quinn with his 2 supports, helping him out. Gets a kill on Omar once again.
It's also something to do with Aegis in this game. Aegis is one of the best counters to Faceless Void, so maybe they get this on the Timber. The Naga is able to kind of hit these tier 2. They aren't the ones that are feeling like, oh guys, right now it's time to go, it's time to go. They feel, just wait till Quest makes a mistake. We have all the deal with these waves. They can't not deal with the waves. So they see a hero pushing a wave and they go kill that hero.
You see that, right? I think it was Noob going for early BKB. He's going to show up with his Chronosphere. The damage isn't going to be quite enough, but maybe the blast off will ensure it. Yeah, that is just enough. Quest put together a really big kill on Quinn, and it feels like because of this slower pace you're talking about for Gaimin Gladiators, where they're comfortable, it also means they're not really punishing Chronosphere being on cooldown at all.
Yeah, it's one of those things where on the comms, you know, you go, okay guys, Chrono's down, don't worry, like, we can do something, and then everyone's like, we can, but like, I'm gonna farm in this corner of the map, you know, you do you can be in the mid lane. So, yeah, I don't think Quest is able to just freely click the Chrono. I don't think they've egged yet, but it's pretty much just Chrono, right? Every time you have Chrono, you just get a kill or 2, just go back to farming, and you'll feel happy. And yeah, Noob is going for an early BKB, which is a little interesting. There's no Boots of Travel, which we've seen a lot, and even a lot of movements have skipped in favor for an Ags, because Ags gives you 35% magic resistance compared to 50 from BKB, so people tried going for Ags to be like, I'm still tanky enough, but it looks like he's very concerned about probably Timber and Disruptor, I would say. Just like full committing on him, killing him from full health.
Sure,
and Ags also doesn't help you from the Timber damage, whereas BKB is actually like amazing versus Timber Song.
It also doesn't save him from the song setup, right? Into Static Storm, and BKB will be an answer to that until Ags on Disruptor, which is probably going to be a long time. Well, actually, it's Tofu playing the Disruptor, so maybe we're going to see it earlier, but right now, his net worth is certainly not reflecting that progression.
Yeah, we'll see how Noob progresses. I also do like how he has the Shard queued up. I feel like this is a little undervalued on the hero.
Yeah.
It's been buffed a lot. It's 140 extra damage per spell when you have max stats.
Right.
So it turns out to be a lot. And
in longer fights, that's a lot for these Dragon Slays and LSAs.
Especially now that the Dragon Slays have 4.5 second cooldown, it just turns out damage.
Omar keeps on pushing in this mid lane. It seems like just a general strategy from Quest that they're willing to give up Omar in exchange for, you know, pushing in mid, getting some golden experience. Yes, constantly drawing attention here, but the attention is now on bottom lane. He runs back into the Static Storm and a quick kill. Omar will get the turnaround onto Tofu, so not a happy fight for Quest, at least not yet anyway. They're going to start backing away. And Quinn is going to pursue, but nothing really comes of it. Amar is actually going back into it with his BKB. He wants to kill on Celery. He's going to fly away into the trees. Amar's first use of the BKB doesn't really turn out anything.
A little aggressive, I think, there.
Yeah.
Trying to turn around. There's no disruptor, right? It's like, you always feel like, oh, guys, you can actually chase them and get kills and, like, kite the fights out, but a little overzealous, I would say. Just can give up the tower.
Another flame break mid blast off from Celery.
Celery's really good at this.
Yeah. Well, there's been enough bat riders and techies that I guess you get some pretty good practice at this point.
Yeah, you know, after months of this, you know, 3 support heroes being in the game, you're getting used to the matchups between the 3.
He's once again going for that straight casual Sight the Vice. Do you like this? He does this all the time.
I do like this a lot. I think Sight the Vice is probably one of the best items in the game because buying a Hex is just buying it, but you're buying a stun. That's one of the things people always complain drafts like, oh, this team doesn't pick stuns, you know, they pick whatever, they pick Razor and stuff. So he ends up buying, you could just buy a stun.
Yeah.
Why not?
Counterpoint. UI 2000, I'm pretty sure would be like, you know, Veil's a pretty good team fight item, you know? We saw him build that in LS.
Veil on BKB targets and click spells on them.
True. And Lena's throwing out a lot of spells. And, well, Fury is going to have that Sight the Vice slowed down just a tad bit here. Quinn dropping a die to picking it back up right before the LS8 zone. That was a close one. Shield Rune is going to be activated, and that is going to spoil this Chronosphere setup. Quinn aggressively going in. That Shield Rune's gone now. The time dilation is making things hell for him, but another Timber Chain up. Where's the rest of his team? Amar has chased back the entirety of Gaimin Gladiators, and Quinn has been left alone on an island until Duraccio comes in to save the day. Bails him out, but do they want to keep this fight going? Amar is still running at Heroes in his backline. Now he's running at Quinn. Noob is going to be the target, though, and they'll finish him off with the physical damage. Amar now trapped inside the kinetic field. His aggression may now be his undoing, as his team cannot bail him out this far back.
Great fight from Quinn. Very, like, heads up 3, and they're still going to get another catch with the
yeah. One more, so 3 kills in exchange for a Doom.
The Shield Rune was like popped just before the Chrono went off, and Shield Rune on these really tanky heroes just feels like you can't die at all.
Yeah.
The Void felt like he just hit the Timber the entire Chrono. The Lina used every single spell, and he didn't even lose health.
Yeah.
It was purely barrier damage that was dealt during the Chrono.
I mean, honestly, I felt like that fight could have been worse for Quest, but somehow Amar managed to just get in there with his, I guess, second round of the BKB. Just attack the rest of Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, I felt like Quinn was on an island, but
yeah.
he was the one that was trapping them with him, not the other way around.
Yeah, true.
And so we still haven't seen an egg, I think. I don't think he's clicked egg the entire game.
Yeah, he hasn't.
So probably either a combination of them not actually being like willing to fight because the lane's always pushed in, so they always have to feel split. And a combination of this Chrono kind of being used for like a kill here or there and not being able to move.
His BKB is on cooldown. He doesn't have the LSA back, and he's going to be glimpsed. Ooh, that is a rough one. Back-to-back deaths for Noob now.
Is this the 95% that Brian talked about?
Yeah, maybe Brian was right.
When has Brian ever been wrong?
Not once in its entire career.
Brian is from North America. Quinn's from North America. Quinn's on Radiant. So you know, the combination of everything just makes it right.
Not true. Wait, where does the Radiant come in?
Winning. Quinn. North America.
I'm sure. That all makes sense to me. This is top tier analysis. Thank you, Gunner. This is what we do by not having pro players in the cast.
Yeah, you just have SVG. That guy's retired, so how would he know that North America's on top? He probably says, you know, like...
No, Avery is sitting in his hotel room right now, and he's grumbling at you something fierce. You're probably going to get some DMs in the future.
Yeah, positive ones. From all the fans. Sending SVG love at home.
Yeah.
Wishing him luck.
7,000 net worth lead. It's an even kill score game, 13-13. But Gaimin Gladiators certainly gotten a lot more farm out of the map, like you talked about. And they're about to reach some very key items. In fact, Celery is, I was going to talk about the BKB coming in for Quinn, but Celery's going to get one as well. He's not that far away from it, especially after this double bounty rune.
Yeah, even Tofu's almost at the you're talking about. He's only 1,000 gold off. So the subs on Gaming are the... Well, of course, Doom has a full pipe, finishing his Octarine soon. Naga has Orchid, finishing up the Heart. Timbersaw going BKB, but I think the BKB is not even... Can I purge the time dilation, please, so I can click my spells?
Sure, yeah.
the point in the game where they just don't die. They just feel unkillable. They just walk at Quest, and Quest has to keep running away.
I don't really together. If they run into each other in a 5 versus 5, you don't hit Naga in the chrono, you're gonna get slept, and anybody who's slept is gonna wake up in a static storm with silenced and muted items.
Yeah, I think it might boil down to this BKB from Noob not being greedy enough, which is kind of weird that they're falling behind, so you want them to be greedier, but it ends up being that it's just such like a weird timing, and I think it's also maybe something to do with this Phoenix not being utilized well enough in this early game.
Yeah.
But we could see a change, right? Like if they do hit this big 3-4-man chrono, he gets an egg off with the summoner, they do have the damage to actually kill the heroes.
Sure.
It just feels really hard to connect in the fights.
Well, those heroes just got a whole lot tankier. Heart and Octarine being complete for the Naga and Doom.
He could be about to be finished by that and Timber as well, so all the health.
Timing is on timing is on timing. I mean, that's got to be like Roshan timing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have the best team to take Roshan, but when you have that many items all flowing in at once.
Top lane, Naga's gonna get a catch. He's orchid it up.
Easy pickoff.
Okay. Even the Void, just like you were saying, they have the song for the chrono. He's just scared all game of just red and we're getting orchided by a Naga illusion. It's not a free Void game by any means.
No, I mean, they picked it into Naga Siren, which is one of the better counters, right?
Yeah, I think right now the game is kind of boiling down to Radiant just has much better lane shove than Fire. And so Quest always has to respond to the lanes and they just keep getting picked off. And then because of that, they just feel so scared that they don't want to push over. And now they're just down 11,000 gold.
Would you say, like, would you regret the no boots and travel build on Lina? They do manage to get the Chronosphere. Maybe this is the moment. He got him on the edge, goes to a bar. He's putting damage onto Darachi. They thought the Laguna Blade, none of it is enough. LSA, they hit it right before the song, and maybe it is enough. Durachio does fall. 64 seconds dead for the carry. A big pickup for Quest right as things were looking bleak.
That was a really big chrono, especially like the way he chrono on the edge. And also because Roche is going to flip top in 20 seconds. So maybe there's an opportunity for Quest to kind of keep pushing Gaming out of this corner. You see a Mars trying to find Celery.
No, he flicks over to the side, but straight into the arms of Noob. So they'll get a second kill. And with this many heroes and this many spiders and that many pickoffs, it's Quest. Maybe Roshan is theirs for the taking.
Roshan's changing to his vacation home, but TA2000's on the bot side of the map, so they might not look to the Roche. They're still a little scared that they won't do it in time for the Naga, I would assume.
Vacation home?
Yeah.
That's his home.
You think he would... You think he'd want to live on Dire side? Which side would you live
He's
on?
a rock monster.
A rock monster.
Also, it's nighttime. Where do you go? Well, you're an esports player, so it's a little different. But most people work a 9 to 5. At night, where do they go? They go home, Gunner.
But like, wouldn't you want a vacation on the Radiant side? Like a vacation. Oh, I guess that is an argument for me.
Yes, I'm confused.
You know, his old place was in the river, so I feel like anywhere compared to living in the river is a vacation home.
Okay, counterpoint. His old place was filled with dire rocks, not radiant rocks.
His old place was on the Dire side.
That is also true. So that is also where his home is. I feel like you're only stocking up points for me, Gunner.
But so Naga's gonna start roaching right now.
Yeah.
And he might not commit, but I don't see a way that Quest can really fight this. They don't have chrono for 40 seconds. And so they're probably just going to give it up to the Roshan in his work home.
Yeah,
and, you know, thankfully for Gaming, it's going to be a free Rosh. And probably just Aegis on the Naga. Lets him push out these tier 2s really easily. And I don't think they're going to look to close out the game yet, but it's going to be one of those slow Naga games where a team wins for 20 minutes straight. Very fun.
That sounds pretty fun for me if that means that Quest has a chance to get to a late game point where, I mean, it still faces Void late game, right? No matter how many answers you have to him, I feel like Chronosphere is still the scariest late game ability you can match up against.
The question's also, you know, when you're down 50,000 gold, and I've never seen this 5 buybacks, like, oh yeah, you know, you killed all 5 of us with one crazy chrono, and then you press buyback and your throne explodes. There's always that small situation.
But what if he gets a refresher?
There's a lot of items he could get. You know, we could get down and dirty with this analysis, but in the game in front of me right now, it is looking a little rough for Quest in the next 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, we're not going to see that refresher for a long, long time. And Gaimin Gladiators with this Aegis, we'll see how much of the map they manage to gobble up. Of course, they have to wrestle back some of it after doing that Roshan. Quest pushed out all the lanes and such.
And the first like minute or two is probably just going to be the same, where they just have to push out all the lanes. Naga gets set up to cut 2 waves with illusions. And the the other boys, the Timbersaw is going to use his body as just like a meat shield, but at the last like minute or two of Aegis is really when they're going to spike in gold. I would say that by the end of it, they'll be at probably 13,000 gold. And Quest is just going to have farming on one hero. TA2000 is going to be still farming, but everyone else is going to be kind of stuck together. Maybe Amar. Amar always gets to farm.
He always finds it. Omar is doing, the little fun stuff of what you can do as a support, which is just trying to like cut some waves, create a little bit of extra space. He does actually draw 2 Gaimin Gladiators here to that bottom part of the map where, thanks to a high ground ward he had, saw it coming, TP'd away successfully.
Does get rewarded. A lot of support players cutting waves in very fun ways tonight, aren't they?
Yes. That is going to be enjoy. Oh, Ogre Seal Totem does manage to get him back to his 1 web sitting here. We'll get away from the Quinn rotation.
Surprising for Noob that he went for Kaya before the Ags. I think the Ags is really valuable, especially because he has Shard. And so something I actually didn't know until recently, once you click the Ags, it gives you max Fire Soul stacks instantly.
Really?
Yeah, which is only in the text description at the top.
Oh shit, I see that.
So
yeah.
With the Shard, it's really valuable because right now my team would always make fun of me when I play this here because I'd be like, guys, give me the camp. I need to keep my stacks up for the fight. Like, I need to be able to click spells on this. And so this kind of alleviates all that mental pressure. Or you just click the Ags, you have max stacks, and you can just keep. Because what you have it in the fight, you're golden.
Sure.
It's just building it up the first time. But he goes Kaya, probably because he just feels like he needs mana to push out all the waves, be on the map. But I think the Ags is going to be really valuable just to burst this one target at the start of a fight.
Well, here comes that latter half of the Aegis you were talking about, where they've got 2 lanes pushing in. They've taken a tier 2 mid. They're taking a tier 2 bottom currently, just with passive pressure of the illusions. And the butterfly is complete, so this may be a time where Gaimin Gladiators poke at high ground a little bit, just say what's up, Quest.
Yeah, they still have the Aegis, so it's kind of the thing where you like, chrono me, dude, chrono me, and then if he clicks it, you just have a second life and now no chrono. You kind of just win the fight. And if he doesn't click it, you just take a Rax. So Gaming's just using this mostly as kind of pseudo space for the Doom to just keep farming the whole map and just keep getting his items, but Naga's really happy too. It's like they're not. The cool thing about Naga is that when you put yourself in these positions, you're not the one who's suffering a farm. It's always the enemy team just because of how you just cut lanes for free.
Right. And then all of your allies can farm up some neutrals.
And you do it safely. It's not like where you have to reveal yourself and put yourself in danger. You do it safely, so it also frees up your teammates to just farm for whatever they want.
Right, because shoving in waves is also information, right?
Yep.
They have to deal with the wave that's pushing in, which shows heroes now.
Yeah, the creeps give you vision, and it's dangerous generally to push out lanes. But that's why Zoo heroes are so popular, illusions are so popular that you just do it for free. You just get free information. Now, 2-3 starting to go down. TA2000 is still trying to finish up his Lincolns, it looks like. He's about 300 gold off, so we'll just tell his team to get up to tier 3 and they'll come back soon. And
yeah, they're actually going to get a quick pick off on a Celery. That's very nice, but the song into the Static Storm could be here. Can Tofu reach that far? It looks like it. He's going to have a 3-man Static Storm. Chakram out. Quinn, they're going to try and land the damage, but TA2000 intercepts with the Chronosphere. That's going to help Lena survive through this one. Gets off his BKB and now turns around. They have to just back away, though. Sadly, Gaimin Gladiators are a bit too tanky for them to get any kills, but at least they don't lose their Lena. It's probably the best hero to try and push Gaimin Gladiators away from these buildings.
Really nice on the backline too. Amar does get the jump on Disruptor, so no glimpse to kind of catch these heroes out at the end of the fight, but really nice song of the start. So I thought it was going to be way worse than it was.
Mark's still going for more. He wants the dieback on his Celery. Nice use of Hurricane by Ace, and they're going to get the lasso on Amar. Try and hold him out during this BKB. They just beautifully placed with a stun out from Amar. That is beautiful. Duracio's almost dead. With his Aegis gone, he is dead for good in this fight. Perfect stuff. Ace using the Hurricane to get to the low ground. TA2000 was certain he had a kill there, but not quite. Still chasing for more, but I think Gaimin Gladiators are good to get out.
So they still have not clicked egg. Still holding it for the next fight.
Wait, how did he not use it on that chronosphere? That
He was in the chrono. He was in the chrono, so it was pretty good. They got the Naga, they got the buyback on the bat, so it was not the worst for them by all means, but they did have to use two support buybacks, so definitely could have been a better fight for them.
Mar is definitely forcing things, man. He is getting onto the back line all the time. It is setting up some situations that are okay for Quest. I mean, this was great.
Well, Duraccio tried to back because he realized that the Aegis was going to expire too early, so he tried to backpack all his items so he died faster.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was not enough. He backpacked his heart and his manta. Nice timing by Quest as well to just get that jump because it's right as it's expiring. So it's like you want to keep playing when you have 20 seconds on Aegis, but when it turns out like that, it feels really bad.
So Gaimin Gladiators pay a little bit for their aggression, but as you said, they also got something out of Quest, which was those buybacks on the supports. And looks like they're going to go for a smoke play here.
It's also pretty telling that I think that if Quest gets this egg and chrono off, the fight might just be over. It might be really easy.
Yeah.
Because we have not seen that yet, so we can't say for sure, like, oh, they don't have the damage for Radiant. We don't know. We'll see. There is the pipe on Doom, which is kind of supposed to be stopping all the Phoenix from solo carrying, but
They have pipe and they have a lot of magic resistance with the level 20 talent now on Quinn, but then also Duraccio building up into that. Bloodthorn has the Mage Slayer.
he also has the Cloak of Fame.
Oh yeah,
More.
Yeah, that's a little bit more. Also makes the illusions a little bit more annoying, as if they weren't enough already.
Very, very fun illusions to play versus. Great hero.
Well, Quest is going to be buying some stuns. Got the Scythe on Amar. How's Kiori's doing? Oh, he has his.
He's had his for a while.
Oh, I missed it.
He hasn't really been able to cook it because he's been getting gone on the line. This is a really big kill.
Yeah, they get the pick off on the Phoenix.
No buyback.
So still no Supernova, still no Scythe. We really aren't being able to see the value.
Double dieback on
Just yet.
supports.
Ooh, yeah. Wait, did Omar buy back?
I believe he did. Maybe
Is he just really
he did buy back.
He did? He's just really
buy
low
back.
level or what? Because that does not look like a depth dieback.
Yeah, it's been a rough one for the Quest supports. They've been trying to do what they can.
Well, they're going to take advantage of those diebacks by taking the full lane of barracks.
Yeah, they'll probably end up giving both two sides and try to fight this top. 'Cause I guess they don't need to fight it. There's a tier 2 top, but I don't think Quest can really defend this. And they need to keep playing for probably this next Aegis. If they do get a Chrono and Egg, there's still a chance. Like, the game is not over when you have these big team fight late game.
Yeah, certainly, especially if Amar can at least take one lane of barracks, because he backed away right as Ace was TPing, and then once Ace canceled his TP, Amar went back in for the kill. So he's gonna take at least the range barracks. See if he can get the melee before the rest of the team is here. No, it's not gonna happen.
Feel better than nothing. Kind of also as well, it's in the lane that they haven't taken yet, so that wave will actually be pushing positively. All in all, they didn't lose the game, but it's getting to that angle, and now 90 seconds till Roshan spawns. Quest really needs to kind of find a way to contest the Rosh. I would say it is a dire Rosh. For like 100%, it's going to be a dire Rosh.
Right. Yeah.
And so maybe they say buybacks. Maybe the Phoenix is able to get the egg off with Chrono, and as well, Gaimin isn't really able to buy back into this fight. So if they turn this into like a 7 versus 5, 8 versus 5, depending on how many cores it buy. Like, this is the way that you turn games. It's always on your side of Roshan. You fight around your objective when your team can outnumber them. And they're just going to chill in the corner, see what happens.
One problem is going to be, do they still have no Boots of Travels on the side of Quest?
They do not.
Yeah, so bottom and mid are going to be pushing in constantly. So if Gaimin Gladiators wants, they could play this very slow. Now they're rushing towards the pit right now. For all they know, Roshan could be up. So they want to make sure that's not the case. The illusions will get some idea. Celery.
Smoke pop.
His smoke breaks.
He's looking for the Void. Void does have the Lincolns as well as the Luna and the Brute, so they actually have triple Lincolns. It's really hard for Celery to get a jump. You can pop it with Force, but it's one of those things where you have to like commit everything. And if you mess up, you just end up dying.
Well, one good way of getting through Lincolns. Song into static. That's what Quest have to be worrying about, especially as these illusions start hemming them in more and more. Gaimin Gladiators.
They put up so much ground. It's getting so scary. They're just pushed against the wall. When your backs are against the wall, you can't move. You start getting so stressed.
Yeah, like we know Gaimin Gladiators are chilling back here, but like from Quest's perspective, you just don't know if they're behind these illusions, right?
Even like put yourself in like the sports shoes, right? It's like your core's back up, so you back up.
Yeah.
They back up more, and you back up more. Like guys, you're protecting me.
We can't back up any further.
You're like hitting the wall, and your just backs are against the wall, and your cores keep walking more further back and further back, and at some point you get jumped, and that's when the game gets hard.
Yeah, and the same thing is happening with the creeps pushing in. I mean, they're about to take a tier 4. But Quest knows this is the only way back into the game right now. They have to play for this one fight, even if it costs them all the buildings in their base. They're gonna jump onto Noob here. Does manage to get him with the lasso, pull him way out of position here. Limps back.
Mars gonna get a
Nice
free
pick
kill.
off. That is a big one. Toby's dead. Now he does have the buyback, but he can't get time for this all.
Noob's gonna get a blink out. Maybe they have Chrono.
2000 looking for it, especially after Duraccio. The blast up. No, what? Duraccio managed to somehow get himself away from that one. He's still in the chronosphere, but it's hard for this damage to fall off now. Now they've got the static storm and a doom placed on a TA-2000. That's a lot of hate right now. ARE trying to keep him alive with the sun ray, but it's not good enough. Those heroes are both dead with no buyback. Noob blinking away over to the side. Amara's going to work where he can, but can he handle this Naga Siren? By not trying to work through that HP.
Nice
LSA, once again, a dodge from Duraccio with this illusions. And Quinn trying to chase after Noob where he can. Slowing him down. Looks like Quest may have to start backing away. Quinn in from the Doom into that LSA. Quinn's almost dead. Amar is going to town with this damage, man. He is tearing through these heroes, and Duraccio can't quite do the same. Amar chasing after Ace. Can he finish him off? One more hit. He needs it so badly. Ogre's still not enough. A blink away. Amar, is he going to find him in the trees? Oh, he finds him, thumbs him up. Gets that kill. Noob does end up falling, but Amar, does he reign supreme? And this he's going to bring out Quinn as well. The throne is dying during this entire fight.
Oh, it's gonna die.
David, Amar, back to the base now. But the
What?
going to die. The creature.
Oh, no.
No, Quest. They fought to the bitter end. They fought for their one chance, their one opportunity to turn the game around. But in the end, the game is Defense of the Ancients, and it doesn't require heroes to kill the buildings.
I really thought Amar was gonna carry every